All right. My screen is now being shared. All right. Action. I'm recording this with Sony Dynamic Stereo Headphones, MDR 7506 Professional. So, I think I paid 50 or $60 for them. Not very much. That was a couple years ago, so there may be a little bit more because of inflation, if they are even available. Unless you want to go to Reverb and go fight the good fight against the AI bot clause posting everything, trying to scam people. Anyway, so this is being fed. Uh, I have speaking into a TLM 102, and that's being fed into a DBX 286S. So voice may get a little faint back, but yeah, so that's just gently driving it, compressing it, de-essing it, a little bit of enhancement, little bit of gate expander set so it doesn't pick up all the room noise, and just faders, right? And I got the 80 the 80 hertz uh filter on, and that goes into a Allen and Heath QU16 mixer. And then I don't think the only preset I have on is the compressor acting as a limiter. So I try to let it breathe as naturally as possible. So I have the headphones of that, headphone jack on the QU16. That's going out and into a Mackie HM4. It's just like a little controller thing for headphones. That goes to my headphones. So my studio has two 7-inch PreSonus speakers. They're pretty good, but the exciter range isn't very flat. So when I mix, I take that into effect. So I try and keep it tamed because I know if I tame it, it's gonna sound good when I tame it. It's gonna sound good to me because my ears are used to the loud noises. So most of yours might be too. So you have to consider that when mixing. Anyway, I also have a Shure HS8S that I bought refurbished. That's the kick that I got below. I tried calibrating everything, but when I sat down, everything just sounded like trash when I did it by the book. So I just kind of ran with it on my own and put it where it makes music sound good. So but everything's balanced. This is recorded in the basement. It's got kind of lowish ceilings. There's like sound traps and stuff, but nothing crazy. But everything in mono sounds really good where I sit. But I've noticed that I can't hear the stereo to save my freaking life for some reason. I can only hear I hear or I don't hear the full field. I don't hear the full stereo field. So something's not right. I don't know what it is yet, but I can still figure it out because I I just listen to my mixes on my headphones in the gym, and then I adjust accordingly. So anyway, let's start this song. The song I want to do is a song's called Polly. So I wrote this quite a while ago. This is one of the first songs I wrote. I found this. This is this apartment I used to live in. So, but this is for the original version of Polly, but this is a remixed version of that. Same song, just over a different beat. It's not as good, I don't think. Like, I don't think it's anything to rave about. Whenever I do, it's a little out of tune, but I'm gonna try my best to do it, but I'm not gonna break my back over it. So, but that's the cover at the time. That's me. I don't look like that anymore. That was my first rapper name was Anta. And the reason I chose Anta was because that's what an African bushman says when he sees a white person. So yeah, I thought that was clever. But anyway, times have changed. I am now Abaconda X4XX. So I am the one. Maybe I should have introduced myself at the start, but I'm the one who will be guiding you uh through this passage. So I was once in the hut, but I am now in the basement. So I've been many places, Polly. It's many. So Iron Physique Gym is a place I've been. I used to work there for a while. Fell in love with the girl there. I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't think she's ever come back. Maybe it'd be a different one. We'll see. That was also on the UWL football team for a while, but I broke my leg, and that got me into other things. So I think that right there is a that's a water bottle. I think the bottom's cut. There's dryer sheet stuffed in there because when I was smoking pot, I just breathed out of that. And I look very, very at another level right now. But anyway, so moving forward. All right. So I'm gonna open up Audacity. It's not Audacity. I was just working. I had Audacity open. This is what I'm recording everything on. So you can see that. You can even see I got audio, or it won't let me open the audio setup because it's recording. But anyway, it's recording just onto this, and these are separate things. So, but all the audio is coming out of the other. But if everything goes to hell, which I hope it don't, I hope I'm ready to go. Um, if everything goes to hell, I hope not. I hope you can hear everything at least decently. So, um, I kind of tested this out first, but it didn't go very well. But we're gonna go right here. So here I am. First time ever in Studio One, right? Maybe I'm a pro, maybe I'm an amateur, maybe I'm a veteran, just curious as to how somebody else does it. So, well, whatever. But anyway, so let's do Poly Remix, right? So it's the name of the song that I'm working on, right? I don't know why that always pops up. And then I'm gonna go here to song and import file. So I have my beats folder, and then here, beats ready to bap on. And then I think it's this one. And then so I'm gonna open it. And I'm gonna right click on it right away. And I'm gonna go to detect tempo. You can also find this in, I think it's event. No, it's an audio. We're right here. Detect tempo. And then right click on it again, and voila, there it is. Tempo appears. Now go down here, type that tempo in, right? And then take this and I zoom in way to the start. If you wanna take your crosshair there, you can go to return to 0. And I take this and I just click on it. And click that there, and boom, right there. All right. Now we're in line. And I right click on that sucker. I go bounce selection. So and then I add my track mono. Track color is red. Code. Duplicate track code. I put these as blue because those are the ones that I try and keep, but I just try to have one recording track here, right? So I'm gonna try and record this now. Like I said, I'm not gonna put a whole lot of effort into this, but we'll see how it goes. What happened to you and me? It's just something was meant to be. Feeling more just a tease. So far away I couldn't see it. All stacking up these hundreds, please don't be walking with me. I was sailing straight up, high to my destiny. That's when shawty hit the floor, left me on for some more. I couldn't walk away from a beauty looking fine as she, the shawty be an imp. And she looked kinda in my web, it felt so good throughout the trip. And they even left the tip, and leave her with the rest. And then she deserved the best, the need to contest. I was an honorary guest. I was gonna leave, but it trapped me till the morning. The knew it was a G. The ladies be imploring, rolling up the screen. I can't even count to 10, smoking up the sweet. I'm a purple mountain. 10 damn woman should be fine. If I had a mind with, then I know for sure that you'd be mine. Couldn't see the picture, couldn't tell that it was out of line. Way that she be walking, be inside, she knows she's a dime. Faded on some good shit, my cocoa band and lean on me. Ain't got to fuck a road trip. My holler looks shy's drop. Icy eyes, we just talk. Once a shy dancing, the only thing we thought was please don't stop. What happened to you and me? You see, something was meant to be. Buried it under the trees, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, what happened to you and me? You see, something was meant to be. Feeling more just a tease, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, bumping out the charger keys, the wrong could be alone for me. You made a move, Charlie, but she wasn't making moves for me. Guess it's just myself for me, mind the cause of doing me. That's the bitch she doesn't see. Guess she ain't the girl for me. Guess I'll just go home again, go lay down in my bed and spin till I see the sun again. I'm popping heavy metal and get sick from all this medicine. Hercules and Benjamins, drawing no comparisons. A failure of the management. What happened to you and me? You see, something was meant to be. Feeling more just a tease, so far away I couldn't see. All if I knock time and staring to myself, feeling some things that I often not tell. It wasn't just the drugs that had knocked me to the floor. Pushing him out, pulling myself out the door. Looking for a time when I thought I could see. Lost inside my head with some racy melodies. Even then I never had a way to fool my doubts. Had to stop the trip noise, figure my shit out. Figure my shit out. Come on, man, figure shit out, dog. Let's go. Tell me why the outer eyes, something we can never see. The space I'm feeling pushing out, I'm growing you away from me. I know I never got you twice. Second chance apology, page for the days, paper cotton memories. What happened to you and me? This is something was meant to be. Feeling more just a tease, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, like the break was meant to be. Polly. All right. I think that was good enough for me. If it's good enough for the old time religion, it's good enough for me. All right. This is pretty close to being maxed out. So I want to bring this down to about -7. Right. And then I want to take this. Okay. Now I'm gonna mix the first time I mix this, I'm gonna do this just with Studio One plugins, right? So I'm gonna try and do this as simple as possible. Right. So I see this about all right. So I'm right down. All right. So it's like gonna be around a -6 peaking out, but you can see I'm generally pretty steady thanks to my setup, right? I'm generally pretty steady across. Now I wanna avoid clicking, breaking it up and smoothing it out like that because you might lose some of the natural dynamics present in that, right? So, but if you had one whole section that was significantly lower than another, right? So, because you got too far away or too close to the mic, then you might want to go through and click that, right? So, but this is like progresses nicely, right? So, I'm gonna stick that right here, and I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna bounce, right? And then I'm gonna save this as mix one. I don't need that space there. All right. All right. So just using that. The first thing I'd want to do probably just be to EQ this, right? So I'm gonna play this along. Backing up these lines, just please. First thing I want to do, right? So I could probably do this blind, but the first thing I want to do is I just want to have, right, if I turn on mute, right, I'm just gonna play this on. It's just to just give an idea. So I hear the right. So it's like, okay, right around 100. I don't really need much more than that, right? So if I'm gonna do this, right, and then maybe I'm gonna show you the quickest way. Actually, I have a quicker way of doing this. So you can do. or no. Let's go back to Pro EQ. All right. So I'm just gonna filter the top or filter that bottom, right? And then right around 400, I'm gonna drop that sucker down about maybe 2, right? And then what I could do, if I really want to do it by the book, do 450 and then 350 and then nope, not 0.5. And then I do 2 and then 2 and then another -2. So I make 2 of these versus just the 1, right? Right at -4. Oh, right, -450, 350. So right in between the two of that is right? That is -400, right? Right in between. So whenever I reduce, you want to reduce by 2, but you want to increase by 1, generally speaking, right? So I have that, and I see there's quite a bit of high end there. So maybe I just go up to maybe, right? Maybe, give it a nice good old cut right at the top there, right? Oh, maybe not negative, maybe -28. All right. So, all right, that's good. So now I'm going to take my compressor. Again, I'm still riding it blind. I would do this for every single one, right? No matter what. I do this for all of them, right? So I take my compressor and then here I'll build it. So I do a 4-to-1 ratio, right? And then wrong way. I make the knee all the way out to 20 and then just auto. Keep the mix at 100. I don't mess with this. I don't mess with this yet. Right. So just that -10 threshold, I got -4, -5 or whatever. So, but I want to think about I want to set it right around this. Right. So I'm going to hit this. So I want it to be about -2, -3 there. So it's pretty good right now, but it's going to compress the upper parts more down, but that's fine because, right, like here, it's not going to, let's see what the compression is going to be. Yeah, it only compresses at -3 or -4. We don't need it to do a crazy job, right? So now that it's compressed, right, with just gotta remind myself that I'm just using Studio One plugins, right? So I'm gonna name this to Vox M, right? Because that's your mixed Vox. And I'm gonna make sure it's selected to mono there, what I just did. And I'm gonna right click, bounce that sucker down. All right, now I'm gonna duplicate these, right? In this old channel, I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna save it. It's 1.1. All right. Now, this one, you just don't mess with. And this one, you want reverb. And this one, which is going to be stereo, you want delay. And this one, which will also be, this one will be mono delay, right? Then you're going to want a saturation. All right, so this first one is mono delay. Second one, stereo delay. And this fourth one, oh no, this first one is reverb. Second one is mono delay. And this is stereo delay. All right. Now I'm going to organize that just like that, right? And I don't know what the best Studio One saturator is. What's pipeline? That doesn't look right. No, you could use. Honestly, you could vocode to saturate. Yeah, we'll vocoder desaturate. I'm gonna turn all the way down. All right, so Roam reverb right off the bat. I'm gonna pick flat plate. Set that sucker up to mix all the way, and then put a Pro Q on over it, and then analog delay. I'm gonna turn off this sync. Type in 160, and this put it like 1% without the boost. This you turn all the way down, and then 100. You just don't mess with that. I guess you could leave the amount at 0.125 or 0 if you want. Yep. I mean, you could probably a little LFO in there is just gonna make it hiss a little bit, but you won't notice it. So, and then the stereo analog delay, I just use Sweeten Vocal. So I turn the sucker up. I can kind of tell by the way there's like these dynamics in the beat. I can tell by that there'll be a little bit of room. So I probably could, you don't want to go too crazy with it. Like 3.5, that'd be good. Yeah. So to reduce processing and for the sake of decision making, you just process them all down. I noticed that if you mix instead of bounce effects, the render just kind of comes out better. But this one is reverb M. This one is mono delay M. This one is stereo delay M. And we remove these tracks. Right. Turn them all down. Right, but I'm going to take this actually down. We'll figure saturation out later. So, all right. So this is my setup. So I'm going to set up a mix, something to mix into. Put a compressor here. I'm just going to put this master bus, and I'm going to make this threshold lower. And then I'll put an EQ, and then I'll use this too, red light district for saturation, but I'll just do the soft tube. And then max, yep. And then turn 0, drive to like 0.5, out to 1, mix to like 2, just to gently color it. And then at this, I'm going to put LLC master. And then last, probably should go with this saturation, then compressor. Yep. Yeah, probably could do that way. Yeah, let's do it like that. So we got saturation, Pro EQ, and then compressor. So the red light district, this is just serving as texture. It'll help glue things together a little bit. This is just a super basic EQ curve. And then this is like this is just your compressor. So I turn off channel link and look ahead because it helps it feel more natural. So, all right. So now I'm gonna turn off this, and then I'm gonna open up the compressor, put it here, and I'm gonna turn this sucker up, and I'm gonna see when it starts to trigger. All right, so that's at a good spot. It's just starting to trigger it. Honestly, probably bring it down to -10. Yeah, that seems pretty good because the beat's the same throughout, so it's not going to get crazy. So that's a good spot to be. And then we want to turn our vocal up from there. All right, that seems to be sitting in nice. So we're going to put a little bit of reverb in there. Stop. Like I could just hear it, and then mono delay, just hear it, just hear it, and then stereo delay, just hear it. Yeah, you want to think about how's this song sound from a distance, you know? I think this is too high. Sounds like he's in a big building. It's not the, it's maybe this. Alright, so from a distance, they sound good. So now we had a bus channel, and on that bus channel, we had a Pro EQ and a compressor, right? So the compressor, we just want it to be like leveling amplifier kind of thing. So just 2-to-1 auto. It's real gentle. You know, that's good. And then these, I just take my vocal settings. Like here's a good one. I'm gonna turn it off now. I'm not done yet, right? Alright, now I'm gonna fill it in, right? Oh, hold on a sec, we got this too. Shots drop, icy guys need to talk. Once a shot dancing, the only thing we thought was please don't stop. What happened to you and me? It seems something was meant to be, buried in under the trees, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, what happened to you and me? It seems something was meant to be, feeling more just fatigued, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, bumping off the charger keys, the wrong will be over me and me. Wasn't making moves for me, that's just the south of me. This she the girl for me, this is gone. Perkins and Benjamins and drawing over comparisons of failure of humanity. What happened to you and me? It's just something was meant to be, feeling more just tease, so far away I couldn't see. Paul, if we're not time, then stand to myself. Feeling some things that I often not tell. It wasn't just the drugs that knocked me to the floor. I think that was a good call, the vocoder. Had to stop the trip noise, figure my shit out. So I'm kind of bringing up the main box a little bit above now. See that? It's pretty basic. Tell me why the outer eyes something we can never see the space of feeling pushing out, growing you away from me. So as I'm listening to this song now it's like okay, I can hear the vocal now, and I can hear the beat. So you see what I did? I brought up the big vocal, built the big vocal first, so it's all together. Now bring up the center of it, right, which is the compression. It might be a little high, but not so sure. So let's see. So click our Pro EQ. I don't even think we need this. Honestly, it might sound just fine without it. I'm not going to put a whole lot of effort into this, but we'll see what it goes. What happened to you and me? It's just something was meant to be, feeling more just a tease. I'm going to cut off my little stupid spiel to start. What happened to you and me? It's just something was meant to be, feeling more just a tease, so far away I couldn't see. Polly, stacking up these hundreds, please don't go walking in with me. I was sailing straight up, high to my destiny. Then some shawty hit the floor, left me on false more. I couldn't walk away from a beauty So we're at a pretty good spot, right? Like you don't want to feel like how you listen to your favorite songs and those elements that stand out. That's not where we're trying to get, but this is a good spot. Like I can hear the song and I can hear the voice. So it's like, or how to say it, like if I focus on the beat, I can hear the beat quickly. If I focus on the vocals not getting in the way, the vocals not coming into it, right? But it's not hard to hear the vocal either, right? So it's a good spot. So I'm going to remove this. Always remove plugins that aren't being used because processing. Close this, right? And then the last thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to make an FX track. So I'm going to drag it over here too. But this is for what I call reverb. Right, so let's just try. Turn this down, so it's really loud, right? But listen for it. So I can hear this high and snap. Oh, that's good right there. Where's it? Oh, that's real good right there. Yeah. So now I have the verbs hidden back there. So that's creating, so. If you don't have my headphones, it's gonna be hard to hear it, but like I can feel, I feel depth. I feel, or I don't hear it as much as I feel it. Like I feel depth in there. Like it looks like I can look into it. It's not looking, it's not carved out of the rock. It's carved, it's not, I don't know. Get it, you get it. All right. That's pretty much, that's the Studio, a Studio One solid basic mix. And then I just want to export my stems, hit main, and then there she is. Now, if I really want to get cheap with it, I can go good old BandLab, and then I can just, hold on a sec. That sound bad. All right, and I'm literally at this moment gonna go to my SoundCloud. See here, I have too many emails. Is this the right one? Yes. Oh, look at that. Somebody liked my song. We can literally just use that. I guess I have to add genre. I guess I would call it hip hop. And this song that I make in my first Mixing breakdown. I will even amplify it. And I will upload it now. I hope everything's being recorded. Congratulations. Your tracks are now on SoundCloud. Let's see. Does it sound good? Honestly, I'm gonna have to do a check with the oh, who's this? This is a businessman. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. And I don't know why I signed out. I can sign right back in. I'll do this later. Anyway, all right, and I'll take this.